morning, guys. It is early. It is like 6:25 in the morning. I just woke up, so I want to go through a little bit of my routine today. So I'm going to start off with what I'm having first thing in the morning, and that's always my apple cider vinegar drink. So I don't really measure anything out. I just kind of throw it all in there and go from there. So put a little bit of that in here. Add a little bit of cinnamon. And then I add a little bit of lemon. I just take a bunch of lemons and juice them and keep them in here because that saves time in the morning. So a dash of that in here. And then I add a little bit of water. And I just swirl it. I don't really do anything special. Just swirl and bottoms up. I think it makes a huge difference when you have lemon juice. I didn't always used to do the lemon, but for some reason it balances it out. But this will wake you up in the morning. Done. So now I'm going to make breakfast. I was doing eggs, egg whites and oatmeal, but David took out eggs. I have a show coming up that's next week, the WNBF Iron Eagle. So I'm going to be competing in the pro bikini division. Sometimes eggs can be a little bit inflammatory, so David took those out. For the last 3 weeks, I've been doing either ground lamb or turkey with sauteed spinach, sun-dried tomatoes, and then like either a slice of gluten-free bread, or I make homemade waffles, and that's just oats and banana, a little bit of baking powder, eggs, and so I'll do that instead. So this morning it's going to be a little bit of a waffle and ground lamb, spinach, sun-dried tomato. So I'm going to whip that up and then we'll go from there. You're going to have to forgive me because I've been losing my voice. It's been these last 2 weeks of prep have been really rough. I've been doing fasted cardio. I've been, 2 times a day working out, lifting session, cardio sessions. My cardio, I've upped that to about, and I have to preface this. So most of my cardio was about 30 minutes. Then it slowly went up to 45 minutes. And then my body was being a little bit stagnant. So I've really saved the cardio. So these last 2-3 weeks before the show, it's been up to an hour to an hour and a half. And I know most people are like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that much cardio. But again, it's a tool. And so if I can really push it these last 2 to 3 weeks and use that cardio, that'll give me that extra calorie burn. It'll drop the weight, and so we'll see. So finally my weight's dropping, so we'll see how next week goes. But anyway, let's whip up breakfast and go eat. And this is me first thing in the morning too. So I can see that my skin we're drying out a little bit. Got some little abs coming in. So hopefully after peak week, we flush out all this water, get nice and dry, and we will be good to go. All right, so next we got sun-dried tomatoes. So I will take these, if those will focus for me, there we go. I'll take these and I'll blot the extra oil with a paper towel and then throw them right in the pan, right here. We got baby spinach. As you know, spinach wilts down to nothing. So we'll add a little bit more. Okay. Put that bad boy on. The gas stove is awesome. I just let that simmer. Let it all wilt a little bit, and then we'll add in our turkey. Alright, so we got 3.52 ounces. It should be 3.5, but that's alright. 0.2 isn't going to do anything. Of ground lamb. So we're going to do ground lamb. And then this, we're going to throw right in here once that simmers a little bit. And then we got our coffee going. Alright, so here we have breakfast. scooch my chair. So we have ground lamb. I put nutritional yeast on there, roasted or sun-dried tomatoes, and sauteed spinach. And nutritional yeast is great because it has a ton of B vitamins. It has a little bit of like a cheesy flavor, so I like it to give it some flavor. And then we have our waffle here with some butter on it. And so just a quarter of a waffle. It's a low carb day, so the only carbs I get today are that little piece of waffle with butter. Obviously butter's not a carb, but I get the little piece of waffle, and I get a half cup blueberries after I work out. Everything else is protein, fat, and veggies, which veggies I don't really count, but yeah, we'll go from there. So we're gonna eat this up and go to the gym. All right, so just finished up working shoulders, and next meal is 1 scoop of True Nutrition, and I use their either their vegan protein or their pea protein. Not because I'm vegan, but I just think it sits better on my stomach than whey sometimes. So 1 scoop of that and half cup of blueberries. So there's post-workout meal number 2. All right, so there is the chicken and broccoli. Heat it up in the pan. 4 ounces of chicken, broccoli, and then we have half an ounce of walnuts. So, gonna eat this, and I'll see you with the next meal. All right, so here is meal number 3. So in here I have salsa, half an avocado, about 4 ounces of ground turkey, and zucchini. So this is meal number 4, and I have one more meal, which will be dinner. I'll have that around 5:30, and then and that'll be a big salad with just chicken and olive oil. So it's like super basic. And then my last thing before bed is a protein shake with a tablespoon of peanut butter. So there is my low carb day. So I'm about to dig into this, and yeah, carbs tomorrow. And here it is: salsa, half an avocado, and zucchini. And I loaded up with zucchini because it's a low calorie vegetable and it keeps me full. So here it is. All right, so here is meal number 5. So this is just my boring salad. So all I have here are beets, Dover fillets that I broiled, and 1 tablespoon of olive oil and 2 tablespoons balsamic vinegar, and salt. So you can see all the salt on there. When I am doing lower carb and my fats are a little bit higher, I definitely make sure to add a lot of salt to my food, and that makes a huge difference. This is kind of that depletion week. I'm low on carbs, and peak week is going to start on Monday. So let's keep going at it, and I'll see you for my last meal, which is a protein shake and peanut butter. Yum. Good morning, guys. So sorry I didn't film my protein shake last night. I just got hungry and it was late, and so I just had the protein shake, 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, and went to bed. But what I want to do is just kind of say thank you for watching and preface that was a full day of eating on Bikini prep, and the last 2 to 3 weeks before a show, the calories are usually really low, and so I'm going to post what my macros are, but just keep in mind that this is not for someone who's trying to lose weight for lifestyle, for just like a regular routine, because these calories are going to be a little bit lower. This is the exception, and that's one thing that makes prep
different than lifestyle, is that the calories at some point can get really low, because as soon as this show comes, I'm going to up my calories a little bit. So I'm going to add in more carbs, definitely, and probably still carb cycle a little bit. So I have some low carb days, some higher carb days, but my overall calories are going to be greater. So this is just an example of the levels that you have to go to. And also how often you have to eat. That's one thing that we hear a lot from clients, especially clients that first start out with us, like people who start on the 77 Days to Fit for the first time. The most common complaint we hear is, do I really have to eat all this food? Like, I don't think I should be eating all this food. It's going to make me gain weight. And most people, when they come to us, have a metabolism that's just not in a good place. Most people are not eating very frequently, so they might be eating 2 to 3 meals a day, or going even longer. And what that does is it primes the body for storage. So when you eat that one meal, your body's going to be more likely to store it because it doesn't know when it's going to get the next meal again. Whereas when you start eating more frequently but smaller portions, then your body knows that it has food coming, and it improves your metabolism. So your body becomes more efficient at burning fat. And so that's why people will start to notice that if they stick with those macros when they begin something like the 77 Days to Fit, the first 2 weeks they might be a little full, maybe a little bloated because they're not used to that much fiber, not used to that much roughage. But then after sticking with it, after about 2, 3, sometimes 3 weeks, if they're a lot slower to, if the body's slower to catch on, they'll start saying, man, I'm finding that I'm hungry now and I really want these meals. And then give it a full month, and then they're saying, okay, I think I can be eating more. I'm starting to get hungry now. And that's what we look for. And so when you're on something like a bikini prep, same thing, is that you just get your metabolism going. And then as you drop towards the end of the show, you start to drop calories a little bit. You cut carbs, you do things with cardio, and you don't change a lot of things at once. You kind of change one variable at a time to see how your body responds. But that's what allows competitors to really dial in their physique, because they use all these things as tools, and they get their metabolism in such a healthy place, which is why as soon as they change one variable, the body responds, because what you've been doing consistently, your body adjusts to. And so you use little things like maybe adding a little bit of cardio here or dropping calories one day, and the body's going to automatically respond because you already have your metabolism in such a good place. So I just want to say thank you for watching. David and I are going to do our best to film the show day so I can give people a little taste of what it's like to be kind of behind the scenes at a bikini competition. If you haven't been to one or you've never done one, it's its own little subculture, so, lots go into it. It is actually, what's today? It's St. Patrick's Day today, so it's March 17th, so we leave for Savannah tomorrow. Tomorrow I have my polygraph test, because this is the WNBF, so it's a natural federation, so all the athletes get polygraphed. And then I'll have my tanning appointment at 6 p.m., and then prejudging is at 9 a.m. and finals are at 4. And a question I get a lot is they have, the reason they split it up is the 9 a.m. prejudging is when you get judged. They take all the athletes out in your class, they compare you, they look at your quarter turns. For bikini, they do quarter turns in the WNBF. NPC is just front and back for bikini. But they'll compare us at prejudging, and you'll pretty much be placed at prejudging, and then finals is where they announce the winner. So you really don't know for sure until you go to finals. You might have an idea based on where they moved you on stage. The middle is always better. So we're hoping for the middle at prejudging tomorrow. So with that, I'm going to sign out and see you guys this weekend.